No, you don't have to fucking own a business. If travel is something you want to do, then you don't have to own a business to travel the world. And that's where I was wrong the entire fucking time when I was in my early 20s. To be what's called free, you gotta own a business and you gotta build a business yourself. I think this is the wrongest fucking thing you can think in your 20s. Go get a fucking job and you'll be better off. But right now, that's the best thing you can fucking do. And let me explain how you can do it. But first of all, let me tell you a story. I was in my 20s. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to make movies. And I needed cameras for this and equipment. And the thinking was wrong at the core. Not to have like great ideas and decent fucking content. But at some point, I decided, alright, I gotta get cameras. And I started looking through like cameras. And I wanted the newest, the best cameras I could get. They costed a lot of money, like $2,000 or $3,000. And I had none of this money. And that's when I figured out that I was better off getting a job and buying a camera. A camera with $50 wouldn't get me anywhere. That's when I figured out, alright, I gotta get a job, go somewhere and buy the cameras with the money from the job and pursue my dream. And I started looking through jobs. It was 6 fucking years ago. There were not that many remote jobs. And to get a job, you had to have a CV, you had to know something, and I couldn't be bothered. I'm 20, remember? I need the fucking money. And that's when I figured out if you're in the university, you could go do a work and travel thing. And you go to the US where the salary is higher, your countries, and you save up the money, you live like 16 people in one house, 3 people in the room, whatever. You do whatever it takes, you save up the money, you get the shit done, then you go back to your country. And that's exactly what I fucking did. I had my equipment and then I came back and I was like, yeah, I got all of the shit. Anyways, that was my first probably realization of alright, I gotta get a fucking job to sustain myself and not fall into like this pit, which is I don't have money and I don't know where to get money and I have my business that also needs money, by the way. And yeah, I know you got all the TikTok and drop shipping and all of that. I don't think you realize like what percentage of people do this shit and succeed. Like probably 1% of the people. The rest of the people make money selling you courses on how to do these gigs. And I was one of the people selling those courses, so I know it's a scam because I've done it. And then 2020 came and there was the explosion of these remote jobs and everyone figured out, for the most part, that a remote job is the future. It probably will be, and I believe it with all my heart. More of these high-end jobs became remote if you're passionate about traveling, and that's dream and you want to figure out how to do this. You don't have to build a business. You're better off getting a job and working it. Because if I had to start again in my 20s, what would I do to get to my goal as fast as possible? I would get a fucking job, a remote job. Even though you don't have enough skills, you can still get the fucking job if you're persistent enough. I would fucking hire you for a remote job if you're persistent enough and if you really want to fucking do this. So find something you're passionate about, find a remote job for this, learn the fucking job, see if you like. Then if you're passionate about it, you will learn more about it. This means you'll get to a higher ranking. That means more pay, and that means you can now start traveling. That's a shortcut. And this path will work for more people than the path of starting a business and succeeding in business enough for you to travel somewhere. I've been traveling for a while now. I really love that. And for the last 6 months, I've been trying out this digital nomad lifestyle. And I've learned a lot. And over the years, I've collected a couple of tips and tricks that I'm sharing on this channel. And if you want to learn more, consider subscribing because we're having fun here.